let's cut through all the noise you hear about money. We're going to dive into Nick Maggioli's book, Just Keep Buying, because he offers a super simple, data-backed path to actually building wealth.
You know how it is, right? For every single piece of financial advice you hear, there's another one that says the exact opposite. Save 10%. No, wait, save 20%. Stop buying coffee. No, you should focus on the big wins. It's just a sea of contradictions, and honestly, it can leave you feeling completely paralyzed.
And this is where Nick Maggioli comes in. He's a data scientist, which is key. In his book, Just Keep Buying, he uses hard data to slice through all that confusing advice. And his argument? It's pretty radical. He says consistency and simplicity are your best friends in this game. So let's see what that actually looks like.
Okay, this first big idea completely flips the script on where you should be putting your energy, especially when you're just getting started. It has nothing to do with being a stock-picking genius. Maggioli actually talks about his own experience here. When he was 23, he was totally obsessed with trying to get a 10% return on his investments. But here's the thing he realized. With a small amount of money invested, even a fantastic return was basically wiped out by what he spent in a single week. He was totally focused on the wrong thing.
So, if stressing out over your investment returns isn't the answer in the beginning, then what is? Well, the book gives us a really clear, simple framework for this.
He calls it the save-invest continuum. Just think of it like a sliding scale. Where you are on your financial journey totally changes whether saving or investing is the more powerful tool for you.
And this just lays it out perfectly. When you have fewer assets, the money you can sock away each month is your most powerful wealth-building tool. I mean, think about it. A 10% return on $1,000 is $100. But saving an extra $100 is, well, it's $100. The shift in mindset here is huge. You can stop stressing about being an investing guru and just focus on the one thing you have total control over, how much you save. Now, as your wealth grows, that dynamic totally flips, and your investment returns become the real engine for growth. The whole point is to focus on what moves the needle the most for you right now.
Okay, so if saving is priority number one at the start, how do we actually do it? Well, according to the book, most of us have been told a giant lie about the best way to save more money. The book makes this great comparison to fitness. For years and years, we were all told that obesity was just about exercising more, but now we know that your diet is a much, much bigger piece of the puzzle. While personal finance has a very similar myth. And here it is. The biggest lie is that the only way to save more is by cutting your spending down to nothing. And look, while spending obviously matters, the data in the book shows that for most people, the real key, the biggest lever you can possibly pull is increasing your income. And this is why his argument is so powerful. It's backed by data. This chart shows that lower income households often spend more than their entire after-tax income just on necessities. You literally can't cut your spending to get ahead in that situation. On the flip side, high-income households save more, not because they're super frugal, but because their spending on necessities is just a much smaller slice of a much bigger pie.
So if income is the answer, how do you actually boost it? The book lays out a few different paths. You can sell your time, which is simple but also limited. Or you can go for more scalable options, like developing a specific skill, teaching it to others, or even creating a product. And, of course, there's the classic path of climbing the corporate ladder. The main point is to take action.
Okay, so we've covered why saving through higher income is so critical. But, and this is a big but, this doesn't mean you can never enjoy your money. In fact, the book has a fantastic section on how to deal with that guilt so many of us feel whenever we spend. See, this isn't about depriving yourself. It's about finding a system that lets you enjoy your life now while also being responsible for your future, all without that knot of anxiety in your stomach every time you pull out your wallet.
And here's the system. It's so simple, it's brilliant. It's called the 2-buy rule. The idea is, for any big purchase that gives you that little pang of guilt, you just match it. You invest the exact same amount.
It really is that straightforward. You want to spend $200 on that new gadget you've been eyeing? Awesome, go for it. But first, you put $200 into your investment account. This simple move turns a moment of guilt into a total win-win. You get the thing you want today, and your future self gets a nice little boost too. It perfectly aligns your present self with your future goals.
So, let's pull all these threads together. We've talked about focusing on saving first, then investing. We've talked about prioritizing income growth, and we found a way to spend our money without feeling terrible about it. The core message that ties all of this together is incredibly simple.
Building wealth is not about some secret, complex strategy. It's not about timing the market perfectly or finding that one magical stock.
It is simply about doing the right things over and over and over again. And that right there brings us to the title of the book and the ultimate takeaway. Once you have a simple plan and your savings are automated, the most powerful thing you can possibly do is to just keep buying assets consistently, whether the market is up or down.
So, that's the whole philosophy. Simplify the process so you can actually stick with it, which really leaves just one question for you to think about. What is one simple, consistent financial action you can commit to starting today?